derp. Well, since everyone's talking about it, I have to give my 2 cents. Batfleck. I'm Mr. Divery, and this is One Geek's Opinion. So it was announced a few weeks ago that for the Superman-Batman team-up movie, Oscar winner Ben Affleck would be playing the role of none other than the Dark Knight himself. Within 48 hours of hearing the news, the geek world exploded in outrage, including online petitions demanding Warner Brothers to recast the role. Seriously, nerds? Okay, whatever. We'll come back to that. A few weeks ago, just before the announcement was made, I posted a video where I talked about, among other things, the idea that I was shocked that the Avengers movie came out before anyone even seriously considered a Batman-Superman movie, while comparing the Avengers to The Godfather. Before going any further, let me clear up a few things. First, I didn't love the Avengers movie. It was a good movie, but I saw it once in the theaters, and that was enough for me. I am amazed that they could get it done and it could be as good as it was, and also making it work for both comic book fans and the movie-going public. But personally, I didn't think it was the end-all, be-all of comic book movies. Second, I said that I'm surprised that a Batman and Superman film didn't come out a long time ago. Well, I am surprised by that, but that doesn't mean I wanted them to do it. I like Batman. I like Superman, but I don't really like them together. And no, I don't mean the Frank Miller, they should not be friends attitude where they're always at each other's throats. I mean, I don't like them together at all. Friends, enemies, these are two guys whom it's hard to imagine exist in the same universe, and I never get excited about seeing them together. So long before Batfleck, I was not really looking forward to a Batman v Superman film. But knowing how big both of them are, it's still shocking no one tried to cash in on the idea until now. Last of these. I think Goodfellas is a better film than The Godfather. While I like The Godfather, I'm not a fanatic. Okay, now that we've cleared up that, let's talk about Batfleck. There seem to be two camps. The internet nerds who think Ben is the worst choice ever, and those, largely from Boston, who say he's the best possible choice. Well, where do I stand? Somewhere in the middle. I don't think Mr. Affleck is the best choice, but he's a fine choice, and I'm willing to see what happens before passing judgment. See, I don't think Ben is a good choice, but I've been wrong before. I didn't think this guy was a good choice to play this guy. I was wrong. I didn't think this guy was a good choice to play this guy. I was wrong. I didn't think this guy was a good choice to play this guy. Ooh, boy, was I wrong. And I didn't think this guy was a good choice to play this guy. Well, sometimes I'm right. The point is, sometimes it's hard to tell how these things will turn out beforehand. And with Affleck, it could go either way. The haters seem to think this is the worst thing in the world because way back around 2001, 2002, Ben Affleck was in some stinker movies like Geely, Daredevil, and Pearl Harbor. To people who think Ben Affleck can't play a superhero because years ago he was in bad movies, let me remind you that in 2006, Robert Downey Jr. was in The Shaggy Dog. I don't know. Maybe the haters are right. Maybe Ben is the worst person for the role. But since this is more about setting up the Justice League movie than retelling the Batman tale, they can shortchange the Caped Crusader a bit. He can almost be a background character. And as such, you don't really need Sidney Poitier to play him. You just need someone who's pretty good. And when it comes to acting, Ben Affleck is the definition of pretty good. On the other side of the aisle are the guys who are claiming that Ben Affleck as Batman is the greatest possible choice in the world. Their reasoning seems to be based on the fact that Affleck is currently riding the biggest career rebound since, well, Robert Downey Jr. With hits like Argo and The Town under Affleck's belt, it seems as though he can do no wrong. So why wouldn't he be a great Batman? Well, for starters, while Affleck starred in both The Town and Argo, in neither of those films was his acting the reason people loved him. The world is accepting that Ben Affleck is a decent actor, but he's probably a better writer and director. Kind of makes you wonder why he always signs up for Kevin Smith movies when he's a better writer, director, and actor than Smith. And so far, Affleck is just acting in this film. He's not directing it. So my guess right now is he'll just be okay. But the reason some people are already saying he's the best choice seems to be this underlying idea that in the middle of shooting, Affleck will revolt and take over directing, and then give Joss Whedon a run for his money. This might be wishful thinking. I think Affleck is a much better director, but he might not want to be in the director's chair for this one. So now that Affleck is on board, am I psyched or bummed to see the movie? Neither. I guess maybe I'm a little curious, so I'll go see it just to see how it plays out, which I guess is exactly the reason they cast him. He'll get asses in the seats that would otherwise not show up. Right now I only have two concerns. The first one, I've only seen Affleck play different versions of the same character, none of whom are Bruce Wayne. Affleck is this generation's Bruce Willis, from the 1980s. He's a down-on-his-luck working schlub. Sure, sometimes he plays a guy with a lot of money, but they always come from humble beginnings. Bruce Wayne was born with a silver spoon in his butt. He's a blue blood, American royalty. I just can't see Affleck playing someone who was born rich. But I'm open to Affleck proving me wrong. The second concern I have is a big one, and the real reason I'm upset that Affleck is going to be Batman. This means no Daredevil movie. Ugh, no, I'm not saying the first movie was good. Even the director's cut, which was much better, was still majorly flawed. And that film is one of the reasons people think Affleck should stay away from this superhero series. But my thinking is, Ben Affleck is a Daredevil fan. And I am so tired of hearing actors playing these parts say crap like, I never read the comics until I got the role. Here we have an actor who not only read the comics, but knows the character. Affleck was not the problem with the Daredevil film. It was the directing, and then the studio taking a subpar film and editing it into a crappy one. If only there was an award-winning writer/director who really loved Daredevil. Anyone see where I'm going with this? Oh, but a new Daredevil film? Everything is about team-ups and crossovers now. Well, you know there's a video floating around YouTube, Tom Jane's Dirty Laundry, a short film that, frankly, is better than all the Punisher movies combined. So let's see. You've got Affleck, who knows how to do gritty crime dramas and already owns red tights. You've got Jane, ready to be a down-to-earth yet gritty Punisher. And you've got a movie-going audience who loves crossovers. Whatever can we do with that? Seriously, that's the movie I'm waiting for. Make it happen, Hollywood. Make it happen. So what's your opinion? Do you think Affleck should be Batman, Daredevil, or just stick to winning Oscars? Comment and subscribe. I'm Mr. Divery, and that was One Geek's Opinion.
If I say it one more time, if I say it one more time, if I say it one more time.